In this video, we're going to show how to create our parts needed from KCD to be able to be manually nested and saving the toolpaths using PartNester version 4. So we will go up into the parts, selecting the cut list you're using, and I currently have the option unchecked for nest CNC output because we will manually import these files, so I don't want it to automatically nest. But I do want it to include the CNC output. I'm going to go ahead and hit calculate. What it's thinking about here is creating DXF files for each part that is needed to build the cabinets within the job that we have designed. It is also creating a CSV CNC list that we could then use in PartNester 4 that will open up the DXF files and import those into PartNester version 4. So when it is done thinking, it's going to take us to the KCD part viewer. We could close this. Those files have just been saved into the data inside of KCD data DXF by default. Now your cut list may be giving you the option to save it to a different location, and if so, you will know where that location is because you chose it. Inside of the folder, and the folder is going to be named based on whatever the job name is. Selecting to open that, we are going to have one DXF file for each cabinet part that we needed for the job. Along with all of the DXF files, we also have this CNC list. It's a text file that we will then use in PartNester 4 to be able to nest and calculate our toolpaths. You could always right-click and say open with PartNester 4, but you have to be careful there that you don't choose the option to always use PartNester 4 because this is a text file, so that just means that all text files will then be associated with PartNester 4, and that's not what you want. So we're just going to open up PartNester 4. Once it opens, we will go to File, then Import Open CSV. We will then navigate to that same folder, the KCD Software, Data, DXF, and the job name, and select the CNC list folder. Once we have done that, we'll say Open. It is going through the process of nesting and gives us the total of 9 sheets of 3/4 inch melamine. We could also see that we have 1/2 inch, 1 sheet of 1/2 inch, 1 sheet of 3/4, and some 3/4 inch solid wood, which we would not typically cut on the CNC, but it is listed there and nested the parts as well. So our next process step in creating the G-code for this, after selecting and setting up all your templates and the post-processor, is clicking the green button, Create Toolpaths, and you would give it a name. So it is now going through the process of offsetting and creating all the toolpaths for the different materials and the different sheets, and we are going to get one folder inside of the folder that we chose to save it. The folder name is going to be the name that we just entered in. And inside of there, we will have one G-code file for each of our nested sheets. Very much similar to the way that PartNester version 3 has done. And now we will look inside of our folder. We now have that test 22 toolpaths and have all of the NC files. This particular machine needed a couple other supporting files that go with it. With PartNester version 4, we now have the better ability to be able to draw parts, move parts from one sheet to the other. The part names are visible on the drawing itself. And this is PartNester version 4 that will soon be fully integrated into KCD, but currently not yet there. But this will give you a start on being able to use PartNester version 4 and get familiar with it and possibly use it over top of your existing PartNester 3 if that's what you're using. I hope this helps.